I'm very pleased right now to introduce another friend who it's a real pleasure to have our governor and our first lady with us today at our event. And the governor has something very special to do right now. And if y'all would, please give him your undivided attention. And Governor, come on up.
Thank you, Joe. Senator and I are delighted to be with you today. Thanks to all of you for taking time out to remember what this celebration is all about and to pay tribute to those who have served our country in uniform and also to proclaim the importance of freedom and liberty for all of us. I would remind you before I read a proclamation, and I don't usually read proclamations, just to be honest with you, because sometimes the whereases and the therefores get a little boring. I don't think this one fits in that category, and I will read it in just a moment. But let me just remind you that as a result of events that have shaken our country, namely in Boston in recent months, we took great precautions here in the state of Georgia for the Peachtree Road Race this very day. We had about 1,000 Georgia National Guardsmen and women who were throughout the crowds for that important event. And the report I received just a few minutes before I came here today was that there were no incidents whatsoever. But I think sometimes we don't really understand the sacrifice and the giving of the time and time out of their lives that men and women who serve in uniform actually do. You know, it's been since 1973 we have had an all-voluntary military. And that says a lot about the men and women who are willing, first of all, to submit themselves to military service, to give time out of their lives, and in fact, in many cases, put their lives in harm's way. And that's true throughout our military at every level. So today, it is altogether appropriate that we have this proclamation about Independence Day. Whereas on July the 4th, 1776, our nation's founders declared, quote, that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, close quote. This declaration marked a great milestone in the history of human freedom. And whereas, with the signing of the Declaration of Independence, we pay tribute to the courage and dedication of those who created this country, along with celebrating the values of liberty and equality that make our nation strong. And whereas the patriots of the Revolutionary War acted on the beliefs that, quote, all men are created equal, end quote, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. By advocating these ideals, generations of Americans have unleashed the hope of freedom for people from every corner of the world. And whereas we owe a great debt of gratitude to our servicemen and women who have defended our independence and sovereign nation for the past 237 years. Our national security depends on the selfless commitment of our men and women in uniform. The freedoms and liberties we are blessed to enjoy are a direct result of their devotion, service, and sacrifice. Whereas, as we celebrate our independence, Americans can take pride in our history and look to the future with confidence. We offer our gratitude to all the American patriots, past and present, who have sought to advance freedom and lay the foundations of peace. Because of their sacrifice, this country remains a beacon of hope for all who dream of liberty and a shining example to the world of what a free people can achieve. May God continue to bless these United States of America. Now, therefore, I, Nathan Deal, Governor of the State of Georgia, do hereby proclaim July the 4th, 2013 as Independence Day in Georgia, and call upon the citizens of our state to honor our founders and their legacy of freedom, remembering with thankfulness the devotion of our brave men and women in uniform. And it was signed by me last month. And today is that day for which this proclamation addresses itself. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you for being here.